Protestantism has a major problem, and it's going to be a fatal flaw, especially in America, in the next 50 years. Really, no one is talking about this, but it's actually really obvious once you see it, and it's something that Protestantism has to fix, or they're slowly going to bleed out. Some Protestants are starting to realize this issue, but they don't really know how to fix it, and to be frank, they can't. Catholicism and Orthodoxy are growing astronomically here in America, and they can't figure out why their numbers aren't climbing as well. So in this short video, I'm going to lay out for you exactly what the problem is and why Catholicism and Orthodoxy really have a leg up right now. But before I tell you exactly what that is, first we need to look at what's going on in America generally right now. There's basically a bifurcation of the culture into people who are completely willing to believe lies and people who are actively seeking the truth. That's what's going on. There are people who are going way, way, way far to the left and believing anything. You can say that you identify as whatever you want and everyone else must believe it, even though it's demonstrably false. That's half of the culture. The other half of the culture is realizing that's absurd. That's silly. It's just simply goofy. And because they're realizing that any amount of falsehood, any admixture of lie in reality creates disorder, disunion, disharmony, disgustingness. So they're turning away from the lies and the falsehood and turning towards the truth. And because there's this bifurcation, each side is growing exponentially, it seems like. So the side that's turning towards the truth wants the whole truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth. They want absolute truth. They don't want a part of the truth. They don't want the truth that's convenient. They want all of it. Many people have had to sacrifice friends, family members, relationships for the sake of the truth. And they're realizing it was worth it. And they want more and more truth. Now, this is the crux of it. This is why Protestantism will be incapable of keeping up with Catholicism and Orthodoxy in the next 50 years. Catholicism and Orthodoxy both offer absolute truth. They both say, we are the one true faith established by Jesus Christ, the truth incarnate. That's us. Everybody else doesn't have it. We have it. We have the whole truth. It's a bold claim. It's a really bold claim. And if you don't have the receipts to back it up, you're just full of yourself. But Orthodoxy and Catholicism, both with apostolic succession, they've got a good claim to it. If anybody's got it, it's one of them. It's certainly not Luther or Calvin. No, it's not them. And people are coming awake to this and seeing it for the first time. And they're saying, yeah, I want the whole truth. I want all of it. I don't want a part of it. I don't just want 66 of the 73 books. I want the whole Bible. I don't just want 2 of the 7 sacraments. I want all of them. So they're coming to Catholicism and Orthodoxy in droves because the climate is finally changing in America. It used to be the case where, yeah, a little bit of truth and a little bit of falsehood, that's okay. You believe what you want to believe, I'll believe what I want to believe, and the truth is kind of a secondary issue. There was a real atmosphere of indifferentism in America, but that's finally being quashed once and for all, I hope. But because of that environment, Protestantism was able to flourish because any religion that doesn't claim to have the whole truth, claims to have part of the truth, claims to have an interpretation of the truth, that type of religion is benefited by religious indifferentism. You have your truth, you have your gospel, I have mine. You have your traditions, you have your beliefs, I have mine. That's okay. We're all in this together. We're all trying to get to the same spot. Everyone's happy, everyone's good. That type of thinking only benefits those who only have a part of the truth. It's a disadvantage to those who claim to have the entire truth. But the culture is shifting very quickly in America. People are exponentially more and more drawn to the whole truth every day. And that type of atmosphere, that type of environment, Protestantism cannot survive. Protestantism feasts on religious indifferentism, and it's going away. It's dwindling quickly. Protestantism basically works on the idea that, one, there is no absolute religious truth. There is no absolute gospel that you have to submit to in order to be saved, but you can do the Lutheran gospel, the Calvinist gospel, the non-denominational gospel, and they're all basically good enough. That's one option. Or that the absolute truth cannot be known. And since we can't know it, well, we just do the Lutheran thing, we do the Calvinist thing, we do the non-denominational thing. We do whatever suits us best because we can't know which gospel is truth. And the Catholic Church and the Orthodox churches both say that's silly. Jesus Christ established a church. He deposited the saving faith in that church, and the church that we have today is preserving that tradition even now. That's why Orthodoxy and Catholicism are going to grow exponentially, and Protestantism is going to dwindle. It just has to do with what the people are starving for. Nobody is starving for indifferentism anymore. Nobody is starving for a compromise with the truth that allows you to have peace. Nobody's looking for that anymore. So we're all going to end up as Catholics or Orthodox. We're all going to end up there because that's what the entire culture is starting to long for. So these are my thoughts. I think over the next 50 years, we're going to see a huge increase in Orthodox and Catholic churches and a huge decrease in Protestant churches. What do you think? Leave a comment letting me know. And if you want to consider becoming a supporter on Buy Me a Coffee, then click on the link in the description. That helps me to fund this, to pay for my mortgage, to pay for my kids' food. So if you are interested in doing that, I'd really appreciate it. God bless.